Hello and welcome to a second channel video. I'm not sure if I'm cropping this as 16:9 or 16:10 or leaving it in 4:3 because today's video is going to involve me fixing my Noritz instant hot water heater. And I'm doing this because I found a bunch of terrible videos on the internet about fixing other parts of this, and I'm not even going to bother looking up instructions. I'm just going to wing it because that's smartest thing I've ever done. Anyway, the problem I have is error 66, not order 66. We're not killing all the Jedi. A part has failed on this unit. It's an instant hot water heater. I guess I'll make this interesting for people who are not actually trying to fix it. If you're trying to fix it, jump to the time code here. If you're not trying to fix it, enjoy this. So instant hot water heater basically means cold water comes in, fire, because propane powered, heats the water, it goes out and goes to the rest of the house. So my system has got a, we added a tuner. We added a, a Bosch 7-gallon electric so that I could have it pull warm water or hot water to the sink with a recirculator pump, because it takes a long time, because if it doesn't have hot water, there's no hot water tank. There's no water ready with just this. It has to make it when you ask it. It's on demand. Problem is, this is a whole house on demand, which means you want hot water all the way over there first thing in the morning, and it's like, all right, hold on, turn on the fire, heat up some water, then it starts coming out. There goes 77 feet of pipe, and then it's 2.5 minutes later. So this allows me to pull and draw water all day with just an electric little 7-gallon buffer, essentially. So I've had two problems with this unit. The first one was an error 44 or something. It was basically this here, this fusible link that wraps around the fire chamber had failed. I think the old one's on the floor over there. And one of the reasons I'm making this video is because the video that the guy posted, some random guy on the internet, was like, hi everybody, we're gonna do a thing. He took this whole fucking thing apart, disconnected the gas line and everything. And I'm like, but wait, it's a rope, and you just unplug these, and if you tie one to the other, you can just pull it around the back and slide it into the clips with your hands. Why would you do that? So I changed that in like 4 seconds. And I was all stressed because I was watching this guy untangle this fucking mess. It's made in Japan, by the way. It's got French writing, English writing, it's made in Japan. So my problem, error 66, is the bypass valve has failed. And it's had this error a couple times. And I've managed to just sort of finagle it, and you see the hose here for me doing like flushes and rinses with the pump and try to clear out all any sediment. And there was a problem last month where something happened either with my well or with this unit itself that caused a lot of sediment to appear, only in the hot water side. And what I believe happened is it literally clogged all my filters on my actual sinks. I had to unscrew all of them and clean them out and put it back on because it was stopping water. So some of that sediment probably made it into here. The part that's failed, this part, is the bypass valve, because here's cold water coming in, here's hot water coming out, ignore that. If water needs to pass through this without getting heated, it can do so by going up, and then it splits. One part comes here and up into the back to the heater. The other part goes left and up into this valve, which looks exactly like this. I'll take it out of the Ziploc bag because this is the replacement. So the cold water has an alternative route that can actually bypass the heater. It comes up this pipe, and then it goes into a T-tap, which has no valve or anything, and then it goes down, and then it goes out. So this here, just double checking something. Yeah, okay, that's another valve, but hopefully that one hasn't failed. 66 should just be the bypass valve that I'm looking at. So cold water can come up here and then go out and then mix, so that if I run the hot water really slowly, this doesn't kick on. Because it's like I can't heat water that slowly, it's not going to make it there. That valve is just open, letting cold water pass through and fills the thing. So when you turn on the hot water, that valve closes, and then it forces all the cold water to go up and become hot water. So here's the valve that has failed right there. And the reason I'm filming this is because there doesn't seem to be any tools I need, because it's just 2 clips. Now I'm gonna do the same procedure I've been doing like 6 times in this thing to drain it, where you does it sound like cold water is being pulled from somewhere? It shouldn't be. Or it might be vibrating because of the air conditioning unit. I'm not doing the dishes. I'm not washing any laundry. All my sinks are off upstairs. Toilet bowls haven't been running. I'm gonna shut this off. You're gonna hear bup, 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 bup. That's the valve trying to close or open. Probably open so that it'll, you're not forcing things through. And I have a flashlight attached to my head cam too. This is gonna be great. So we're shutting it off, waiting for the weird buzzings to stop. We're going to shut the gas line off, which is what I always forget to turn back on. We are now going to shut off the cold water inlet and the hot water outlet. So now there's officially, this thing is cut off from the world. It still has water in it, however. So we're gonna drain that into this tub, because why not? Actually, I think I'm just gonna disconnect this center bit and we'll drain from both sides simultaneously. Oh. Always put it over the bucket. So now when I open these valves, hot side will drain, cold side will drain. And it's draining low enough that we should have no more water in the system when we're doing this. And that's all there is. That's all the water that it heats up at one time. That's why it can do it instantaneously. It's like, it's not quite at 16 ounces. I should actually figure that out and measure it. So I'm gonna leave these open. They're gonna get in the way a little bit with me just standing here. I could probably put this, these are very stiff hoses. Unnaturally stiff hoses.com. Put you down here. Just because in case something does rattle around in water, I don't want water pouring on the electric one or on me. So we're good here. That's off, that's off. If I open this valve, cold water would just fill that bucket. If I open this valve, the hot water that's above us would come rushing down the pipe and then into the bucket. So we're good right where we're at. Unplug said unit, even though you turned it off, unplug it. Gas is off, water is off. From what I can tell, and this is very important, always buy the part you're going to replace before you're replacing it. We have got a series of pin connectors here, which I was a little nervous because I'm trying to feel back here and I feel a cap, and then I feel, and these apparently get tucked and roll under and come out this way to this bundle here. And then there's another change. This doesn't exist on the unit I'm replacing. It's the same part number, but it just doesn't exist on my unit. There's a cap there and nothing else. So this type of connector exists right here, in fact, with the same size wire. I just don't know where it's going. We're gonna find out. So the biggest hurdle, or the reason I'm filming this is because it looks like, I'm gonna have to get some of these wires out of the way. They're all wire tied together like this. Very Japanese. So the only thing that seems to be holding this together, the reason I say it's toolless, is because this is a flange and this is a flange, and there's plastic seals here, which don't bode well for like resilience, but there's just big metal clips that go around here and around the copper pipe side that look like they're just clipped on. And if I could just pull that clip off, this whole unit in there should just come out, and this whole new one should just go back in with the wires on it. So maybe this will take 20 minutes. So far this has been a real easy repair job. Buying a house, the house is now 13 years old. This is when all the shit starts breaking. So I'll document it for you so we could all cry together. So this is the wiring harness in the back of this unit. It's a lift or a press. I can never tell. And this doesn't need to get unplugged right this second, but I really don't want to damage it because this part, I don't have a replacement for this. It doesn't come with a wire. So what's in the back of the unit has to come off. And I'm worried that I'm gonna yank something, so I'd wanna unplug it. If I can go further over and unplug it, I would do that, but our bundle just starts getting taped here, and it gets a really, really not satisfactory. I think it's just push that. Yeah, another problem with this, oh, I got the latch down, hold on. try to pull from the actual connector and not the wires. So blue on blue. This is now disconnected. When we pull out our unit, that wire should come up with it, I hope. This little clip thing is a sensor, just like an internal temperature sensor. I just wanted to yank that, so I'm gonna drop that down. A lot of wiring in the way, a lot of wiring in the way. Hopefully none of this is important. I could shove this sort of up, just get it out, because this unit has to come completely out, and I'm gonna have to, I would love to just get my not my Sawzall, but something, and just cut a hole here, this box. Obviously, because there's vents here, in and out, it's labeled, so fresh air can come in here because it's burning air to make fire. That's how fire works. And having it just open to the basement means it's burning my basement air. It also means that that inn, where all these leaves and shit come from, is just open, and you know, bees and shit can fly down if they feel like it. So we're gonna try to avoid that best we can. So my first attempt is gonna be to get this front clip off, and it's got these big things that look really, it just fell off. There it is. That was it. That was it. It fell off. So here's how this goes on there, just like that. And this part of the clip will hold the copper pipe, and this part of the clip will just go like that. And okay, so far so good. And now we got to do the other one, which is the same exact size, just on a much more difficult angle. In fact, it might be on an impossible angle. Can I rotate it? I can rotate it. Oh, it's sharp too. Oh, it's sharp and it's spinning. So I'm trying to push it and it's rotating around. I'm trying to hold it with the other side, and it's like, you're gonna hurt your hands. So let's go get a tool to help us. Luckily, this happened right next to my workshop, where I don't build shit. The thing I need isn't actually a tool. What I need is this. I need just a loop to put around it so I could push. Like, I don't want to grip it with a pliers. I don't want to get in there with pliers. It's too violent. That hole will work. Because I need to push from that side, and I can't. And I don't want anything sharp in here, so a plastic spatula might do the gerb. I also want to keep the one I'm touching to the one I can see. All right, we're now around that side of the clip. What did it say, the Ghostbusters? You got the tools, you got the talent. Okay, so now this should just lift off. This is welded here. I don't want to like bend this out. That'd be bad. It also will hit here, I just noticed. But it has a little bit of give. I'm probably gonna have to do both at the same time. Nope, there's one. Okay, it's out. This is nice, loose. Every which way and loose. I'm pulling the front part off while twisting. It's got a Panasonic motor in it that's made in China. And I dropped the old one, which isn't a problem, but we do need the wire harness off of it. Let's see if I can get this. Now it's like packing a car for vacation. I'm trying not to drop it. Hello, ugly fly, go away. See, that's why you close that stupid... Go away. Ugly gorilla, go away. All right, we are 2 hours of this now. Hold on, if we do a, yeah, we're gonna do a backflip somersault to take this out. So here's the old one. You can see some green in there. Oh God, I think that was stuff I just picked up off the actual bottom. It's all green. It's very green. So one of the procedures you do on this unit is you take like 2 gallons of CLR, which this is the biggest bottle I can find, so I need like 4 of those. You put it with water, you put it with the pump, and you just pump CLR through the unit for like 4 hours to clear that gunk away. There is so much of it here, I'm wondering if I have to do this yet again. Let's try to get this off. This cap is held in place. Get a reasonable size screwdriver to push that cap lock, and then this cap lock Is there a third? Or did I not just put this one in? I think I put one up too hard, and the other one was, yeah. We'll push this one up too high, and therefore this one's on a weird angle and will go off. This is just a protective cap, so it's not like if it hurts it real bad if we completely destroy it, but I want it to come off gracefully. Back to the tool drawer. For the smallest of the flathead screwdrivers. There we go. Again, need the right tool sometimes. So, are any of these bad? Because who knows, maybe this is perfectly fine and it's just a broken thingamabobber. I don't think it is a problem. I'm just going to push this out of the way with this. That unplugged gracefully. This looks like it's in perfect condition. Oh, fuck off, fly. Here, wait. Go in there, fly. Look, the light. Oh, he almost went in there. I locked him. Oh, fuck. Is that his brother? Hi, if you're really here for looking for the information, you in there? Go, go. This is going to be turning into the episode of Breaking Bad. So yeah, let's just double check things. Yeah, it's just exactly the same. This one actually showed up with a broken part. The little clip hood will not slide on that. But we've got CLZ DO26, number 1. The old one is 7721BC. This one's 1313DL, because 1313 is a nice lucky number. Everything else looks the same except for this bit, which I'm not sure what that actually is, some sort of sensor. But irrelevant to our current status requirements. I'll ask my friend Dan if he can tell. It might be I think it's a temperature sensor. I could see it's a probe of some sort, and it's usually when these thin wires, it's some sort of temperature sensor. I don't have your what are you? Pump. Why are you floating free? I didn't disconnect anything but this one, which is to this bundle. Can I plug you in there? No, I can't plug you in there. There is no other free units that look like this. There are a ton of like service ports though. Look at this. They're all labeled beautifully. God bless the Japanese. High elevation disconnect. 83 degrees C, 60 degrees C. What is this? Water temperature adjustment connector. I'd love to figure out how this unit works. My friend is trying to convince me to dump this and just get a tanked water heater. But I take literally 4-hour showers sometimes. I'm just like, you know what? I'm just gonna sit in the shower. I got a well. I'm not paying for water other than the pump running. I'm just gonna shower forever. And I kind of like the notion that as I'm there, I know it's not going to run out. It's just not going to run out. I was about to say, what the hell just clicked on? So this goes in here, this goes in there. We now have our cap reinstalled. I don't believe there's any gunk or juice I got to put in here. I will give those a wipe though, probably with some sandpaper actually. Just a very fine. Do I have like really fine sandpaper? I have a ton of very not fine sandpaper. Yeah, no, that's extreme stuff. 150 grit, but it's worn to hell. Oh. Actually, these came by mistake. 800 grit. I just need something that I could roughly give it like a you know what, where's paper towel first? Usually my pockets are filled with paper towels. I just want to get those things relatively clean. This install is going way better than I thought it would, which is probably why it's going to fail tremendously. I wonder if I could rub it down with CLR. That might be the next best thing, is to get some CLR and rub it down with it. I mean, I've got the bottle right there. Here we go. We got some real fine stuff at the back. What are you? I don't want to rough it up to the point where a seal can't be created though, because that would be bad. So here, what do we got? What do we got back here? 2000 grit. Yeah, 2000 grit will work. I'm gonna give it a splish splash of CLR on a paper towel. Oh, stay tuned to this channel for these Pioneer installs, by the way. If you'd like to see how to install mini splits, my main channel, the review channel, has been sponsored by Pioneer Mini Split. So they'll be getting a ton of content on this second channel and a bunch there too. All right, I just want to let this sort of sit there. Oh yeah, it's literally dissolving the calcium, the lime, and the rust. I may want to get a rag and not a paper towel for this. There are rubber seals around this, which hopefully CLR doesn't damage. Although considering they tell you to rinse this stuff, I don't think that's going to be a problem. By the way, how toxic is this for my skin? Hazardous scald, skin irritant, other warnings on back. Machine washing, do not use on any damage or cracked surfaces, neutral zone, what about test surface, harmful chemicals, blah, 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 blah. I'm sure I'm just a professional. I'm a professional YouTuber, this is fine. I just want to make it so that it's a little bit less nasty. There's some green nasties in there that I really don't like putting, yeah. And you know what I need to get? Which I may have to go find. I may have to get my brass brush and brush it, but I'm afraid I'll damage these seals, which the seals have been working perfectly. So you know what? Fuck it, we're done. I'm not gonna rub anything else on it. As much as I want to so bad. As much as I want to so bad. No, I'm not gonna do it. This is, I'm better than this. The seals will hold fine and we'll be good. So this is gonna go in the back. I'm actually gonna plug the wire in before we install it, because this is just gonna end up, oh, the fucking cap fell off. Are you serious? What happened? Why? Because that clip's broken. There's the clip. So that clip was the only clip, is what you're saying? That clip was the only clip that held that in place. There. This other clip apparently broke off, so we don't have anything to hold the clip. Luckily, I am a purveyor of goods like blue tack. This stuff is fantastic for literally every purpose. So I'm going to drop a nice wad of it there. This is like poster tack, and what it'll do is it's a non-abrasive and it's non-caustic and it's non-flammable, and it's basically semi-temporary permanent glue. Just need something to hold a cap on while we're moving it around. That'll do. That's IT-Man, by the way. He's my friend who wants me to replace this with a water heater. So we're gonna see what the hell he has to say. Oh, he got a cat. He's got his cat. He's adopting a cat. So we're going in here. We're taking our plug. It's going up. Trying to give this the connection here. We're gonna run this way, which is the way I should have taken it out earlier. We good, we good. Keep the wires on that side of it. We have a bit of a headroom issue in there. So now the real issue becomes me getting my fat arms in here to do a reach around. I think this would be professionally called a reach around. We're gonna go down and we're gonna go in. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. These are identical clips, so it didn't matter which one came off the top and the bottom, top of the front, as long as you put them back in the right orientation. So the bottom one I'm gonna do first. We're gonna hold this. That actually clipped and spun in the exact same orientation I found it. So that's how that works. And then this one is gonna go here. I'm trying to think of the best way to go around this. I don't want to put any stress on the copper bits. That is officially clipped in place. I want to just give this all a wiggle, make sure nothing else is settling, sitting, bending. We're good. This is the part we have no idea. It says Q64. This says Q64. Where are you going to? You're going, oh, those are the same units. That's what it is. It's the exact same unit as this one, only this one's vertically mounted. So it's the temperature sensor for the hot side. So, okay. Now we're gonna plug this back in. Anything else that I removed? I just reorganized some of this stuff. Didn't remove any of it. Want to make sure I can put the cover back on. So here's our old unit. We're connected. That other piece is just gonna sit there. So if this one went, it would order the exact same part. I think it was $100 or $80. It was around $100. This thing, I ordered 2 of them. Here's the replacement, because it was like $12, and I had problems with it forever, where I had to disconnect it and shake it, and then it would be like, nope, can't turn on the heat, can't on the fuse, don't have the thermal fuse. And I'm like, well, fuck you. So I bought 2 thermal fuses in case that ever breaks again. This was, well, I want to say it was super easy, barely an inconvenience, but we're not going to do that yet. What I'm going to do is I'm going to close the outside feeders. Actually, you know what I'm going to do? Before I do that, I'm going to leave this side open, the outside open. I'm going to turn on the cold water side with this closed. So the cold water is going to have to go through the unit entirely, and then it should come out here. If that valve is open, we should just have water shoot into the bucket. Oh, it's going to shoot straight up into the middle of the air. No, wait. It's going to shoot straight up in the air. Let's make that not the case. I wish these weren't as stiff as they are. We'll do a real slow burn. Real slow. Filling the heater up. All right. So now we filled the water. Actually, while it's running a little bit, I'm going to close this valve. Looking for leaks, because now this is pressurized fully. Water is at least hitting it on one side. Okay. We can now fully open the water, full pressure. Because even if that's not open all the way, if it's sealed, it'll get to full pressure, just slower. Now that it's fully open, it's at full pressure still. It hasn't changed. All right. All good, all good. Gas first. You have to turn the gas on because the unit will check. I always forget the gas. Power. This may or may not turn on its own. It's not. Okay. Anything exploding? Anything leaking? No. 125 is what I have it set to. You have to do a special combination to get it over 120. But I have a girlfriend who likes very hot showers, and frankly, I'm starting to enjoy them too. So both of these are set to 125. No error. That's it. We did it. That was so much easier. I was so frantically paranoid of all this wiring and shit. It's like, no, it's one plug. Move some other stuff out of the way. It's not even tools. The only tool I needed was a spatula hole and a little tiny screwdriver. So, thank you, Noritz, for being Japanese and awesome. I mean, we're at the point now where it's like, oh, you're getting on the age. I would keep this running forever, as long as I can. So I guess I should go... Actually, let's go check to see if the hot water comes out. So, there's no hot water pressure. Like the valve is still off. So let's go back downstairs and see why there's no hot water pressure, like the valve is closed. Like the main valve. Because that shouldn't be a thing. Everything should be open. This thing should be on, going, oh, there's a water demand. Nope, I didn't do it. Okay, thankfully, I'm just bad. Open this slow. Click, click, burner on light. You could hear it kicking on the actual fire. And now, we get to test to see if it's working, and I'll show you, link to the Doogie phone, Zeos. Actually, on the second channel, my Zeos are Steve. So, The way I figured out that this was actually broken. Oh my God, it's so cute. Hello, kitty. You're cute. All right, the way I figured out this was actually broken is this is a Doogie S98 Pro, and it's got a thermal camera, not an infrared camera, or well, I guess it would be. But as you can see, I can film and see the heats of everything, and it's very sensitive. So I could actually look and see that this is the cold bypass pipe, that's the heater core, and this is the pipe that goes down for the heat. And it was coming in at 120 degrees out of the thing, like I have it set. It was meeting this T-junction where the water is 60 degrees, and it was leaving at 90 degrees, which, if you do math, is exactly perfect. So I'll load it up and we'll take a look at this. It was literally, cold water was allowed to bypass the heating element when it shouldn't have been and make my hot water not as hot as it should be. So now we're gonna go back in here and look at this, and now we can still see we have a 60 degree, got 60 degrees written on the cold. We're gonna look before the valve, 105, anywhere from 155 to 135, and we get down here and we're at 103, 105. So there's 105 before and 105 after this pipe. So that valve should, oh yeah, that's much hotter. Now this valve isn't letting water bypass. It's supposed to let it bypass when you're not using a lot of draw, but it's also supposed to stop when I want hot water and let that pipe. See, I'm seeing 98, 99. I never got 100. I never got over 101, 102, 103. So the hot water is just getting to the top there. That pipe never got over 90 degrees. So now you can see the black pipe on this. That's cold water. This hot water. This phone, by the way, is under $500, and it's a full fucking phone. And you know what? The temperature readout isn't even the most impressive thing. It's a 6,000 milliamp hour battery. You see the ring of light, because that's where the heat comes off of it. How hot is that thing? And it looks like it's burning hot, but it's really like, that's burning hot. You could see the exhaust valve is burning hot there. This is the first practical use I had for this, just to see, because you can tell if you got a leak by that being added to that and bringing down the temperature of the pipe. Because you could touch it and be like, is this as hot as this? But I think thermal camera is definitely the way to go. So thank you for stopping by. Check out my Patreon and Subscribe Star for videos not at all like this. But yeah, we should be good to go. And I gotta go dump out that water and put this fascia on, and then make a little prayer for the housing. Ah! No! Oh God, oh God, oh God, oh God. Okay. Stop. Something went bad. I'm glad I didn't stop it. Wow, I fucked it. Okay, what do we got? We got this open. We gotta shut this off. Shut the gas off. Something just gave up the ghost. Fucking fuck. It's fine. It's fine. I was like, what was that noise? So what gave up? That was internally, right? All right, flashlight back on. Make sure the camera's still blinking. Thank you for unlocking from looking at my face. Wow. You can't build content like this. 5 minutes, there's 5% left in this battery. So, I was just gonna go take a shower, a nice cozy shower. And looks like that's on hold for a bit. You know what the weird thing is? I don't think any of that leaked. There's not even a drop of water around either of the things I just fucking touched. Like not a fucking lick of it. Where did this failure occur? Was it here? No? What was that? Did the bypass valve not work for so long that it actually fucking, the pressure of it caused it to fail? All right, I'm gonna have to go and change batteries. And then this video is gonna get incredibly long and annoying. What happened? Oh, good. All right, I'm gonna mop up. Everything's off. We're in pause mode right now. We'll come back with a fresh battery and... Fuck. Well, welcome back to part 3 of this video. Unexpected content. And we're gonna figure out where the fuck this water is coming from, because the weirdest thing is the water is up there. It's still dripping from here. So it's almost like we had a failure further up the line at the cold inlet. I don't see any water around the outlet valve that goes up to the heater. And the inlet valve is literally here, covered in bad. So what I've got to do is I have to close off the hoses. No, actually, leave the hot water closed off for the rest of the house. We're not going to push it into the rest of the house. I don't want to get anything in case there's sediment or something. I want to push it into here and through the rest of the system. So I'm going to leave that closed. I'm going to leave this hose open into the bucket, and I'm just going to let, so we're going to close, that's open, that's closed. We're going to fill the unit back up again, gently. Nope, there we go. Where is that? Nope, I was wrong. It is coming out of the thing I've locked right there. It's coming out of the back of it. Oh, I could see where it failed. Okay, hold on. Hold on. Where's my special tool? Open up all of these. Get the water out of there. I feel like there's just a slight angularity issue. Where's that big honking screwdriver? I just want to get this off the bottom and push it up and get this to seat down. Yeah, you see that? You see that rock right there? Like, not rock, like physical rock, but like it's moving a little bit too much. So that might be better, because this, I have to make sure, I don't think I saw it. This piece of metal has to be below the flange on there, and that may have been the cause of all this. So are we learning yet? That's why I was wiggling it before, because I wasn't sure if I was actually pulling that off. You know, if I put this around, it doesn't push the flange up. So I have to force this up. I don't want to push this up too much. I have to pull this whole unit down with sort of more force than I have been, because that's the way this is locking in. There's a little bit of it showing, but not a lot. I can't judge the tolerance with this, and all these are different sizes, so I guess I'm just going to try to put it back on again. Pray to the wrong housing gods. We need to get these wires out of here, because these wires are very exposed, and it's a lot of sharp metal contact that I don't want to make. See, like right there, that's not high. Unless, no, the clips seemed like they were identical. I was gonna say, unless the clips are different and there's different gapping in them, but I don't believe that's the case. Have we done it now? Have we done it now? Hold on. I don't know if that's done it. There's a lot of weird movement on this clip. I don't think we are holding it think I gotta spin the clip 180 degrees so I can see the actual lip. Yeah, no, we are not grabbing onto the pipe in the slightest. I have to squeeze that together. It's almost like there's something stuck above it. I'm afraid to wiggle it because this is a permanent fixture. If that goes out, then I'm changing a whole lot more value. Also, I'm out of hot water except for the 7 gallons this can produce. I just want to put a little bit of that. I don't want to bend down as I'm pushing, so this will prevent that pipe from doing this. That'll just be firm, and then it's just a matter of getting back here again with my wiggling it, because now that that clip's on there, it should just go down to a point where it goes clip and is seated, and it's just a fucking nightmare of getting my hand in places. I wonder if I unseat this, which is super easy to take off. That's just so nice. If I unseat that, which we're losing some water, if I could maybe wiggle it down like that. There you go. All right, so I hope you jump to this scene. Wiggle down until it clips, and then put the front one on. So that should now be correct. That clipped in hard. Yeah, we're clipped in there hard. So now the front one, which you have a much easier time getting to. Whew. I was worried something else exploded. I'm glad it was this, because if it was something else, then that's a whole new problem and a whole new fucking shopping cart full of things to fix it. It was just my incompetence. All right, screwdriver out. Close off the hose bibs. Most important tool. I watched it actually stiffen up and move as it reached pressure. All right. Full pressure there. Full pressure release to the rest of the house. Gas is now back on. We never actually unplugged this. I should have unplugged it. Yeah, you're beeping at me. I dare you to give me an error. Okay, so now what I'm gonna go do is go back upstairs. We're gonna turn the hot water on again, come down here and see if it's fucking working. You know what? In case this decides to explode, what we're gonna do is we're gonna turn off the cold water side here so that it can't draw any cold water. Then go upstairs, then turn on the hot water, then come down, let the cold water through, and then see if it's working. Because that's when it exploded, and I want to be there if it explodes again. Think you could all join me on this journey? Wipe off my feet. By the way, my basement is filled with expensive stuff, and I'm on a hill. I'm on the top of a hill, so it'll never, ever get flooded from rain. But there's a very, very strong possibility that it'll get flooded from something failing in my basement. So stay tuned on this channel, because my friend Dan and I are going to be building water sensors using an Arduino board and some sensor things I picked up. They're around here somewhere. And it's just gonna literally, I'm gonna place them wherever I think I might have a water problem. And as soon as they detect water, it's gonna throw the circuit breaker on the well pump, because that would mean only the pressure in there, maybe 30 or so gallons, could make it into the basement. As the well pump isn't on, it's not gonna make new water. Lots of sounds happening. I'll figure out what this. It says burner on. That is definitely hot water coming out of there, and hot water going down there. So Can I do my outro again? Imagine if I would have shut it off and put the cover back on. Because at that point, when would I have noticed the water flying out of it? Because it might have been, how sealed is that seal? That seal is pretty sealed. I had to move this. I had this down there when we were working on the other thing, and it just ended up trapping a bunch of water underneath it. So yeah, now it's done. And of course I'll have to fly back in. And of course I'm not gonna be able to sleep at night. I don't want to turn into my father, but I may have to come down here tonight and just shut the water off. You don't need the water. You don't need the water on. Just shut the water off. You don't need the water on. How could I warn myself in case this decides to just explode again? Anyway, it's a good design. It's a good system. Zeos just fucked up. I just fucked up. I didn't get it clipped in all the way. It was a blatantly simple fix. Oh, just actually connect it, you dumbass. The question is, if I would have watched another video online, they would have probably said, and make sure you put this down to the clips, and I wouldn't have paid attention to it, and I would have done the exact same thing, and then this is the video where you, the consumer, is learning all about it. Anything here gonna get fucked up when I stuff this back in? Patreon and subscribe star, because I may need to replace this if I break it again. Thank you for stopping by. Please feel free to subscribe to this channel. I can't even shower now. I guess, so, you know, here's the thing. Even if I go and take a shower, it would just get weird, the water. It wouldn't just like stop being water, because that was leaking fast, but not like enough to shut all the water pressure off. Imagine it just worked. It'd be so much nicer. Anyway, I'm Zeos Pantera. This has been Noritz. What the hell's your model number? In case I need this for the video, so I know what the hell to write. Zeos, your model number of your unit is the N-0751M-DV. Liquid propane or gas. And it is liquid propane. And I think I need to mop more things, so thank you all for stopping by. I'm so glad I made a nice short video about this, where nothing can possibly go wrong.